Hi, welcome back to It's So Worth It, So Make It. I'm Claudie, and today I'm going to show you how to make an all-butter pie crust. And this is a great crust for any kind of pie, tart, hand pie, any kind of sweet or savory dish that you would like to make that requires a crust. And it only has a few simple ingredients: some flour, butter, salt, sugar, and ice water. Can't get any easier, and it's a no-fail crust as long as you don't over-process it. So let's get started. So today it's only going to be 2½ cups of flour, and I'm going to use a food processor because I think it goes a little quicker. From start to finish, even if you were to do this by hand in a bowl with a fork or a pastry cutter, it would only take an hour. That's the longest it will take, and that includes the resting time in the refrigerator. But if you do it in a food processor, the processing takes less than 5 minutes, and then it's 30 minutes in the refrigerator before you're ready to use it. So let's get started. 2½ cups of flour into our food processor, along with a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of sugar. And we're just going to mix that together very quickly, just to get it going. Done. No big deal. Now the next thing, let's leave the top on. The next thing we're going to do is start putting our butter in, and this is super easy. This butter is ice cold. You can see it's been in the freezer actually until I was ready to use it. I just cut up 2 sticks of butter. That's all you have to do. Cut them up, put them in the freezer for a few minutes, you're ready to go. I've even made this crust with the butter straight out of the refrigerator. There's never been a problem. So it's really easy. Put a few pieces in, pulse it up. A few more pieces, pulse it up. And you keep doing this until all of your butter is used. All right, now we've got all of our butter fully incorporated into the flour, and it's very crumbly at this point. It's looking very nice, but we have to add our ice water. And we're going to add 6 to 8 tablespoons of ice water as we pulse. Now, why is there a variation in water? Well, sometimes if you live in a humid place, there's more water already in your flour. You don't need it, you don't know that it's there. But sometimes if you live in a dry place, there's less moisture in your flour, so you need more water. So if you live in a humid place, you might need less water. A dry place, you need more water. So all we're going to do is add our water and pulse. 6 to 8 tablespoons. All right, now that you've added all of your water and you've pulsed, your dough should look like this. And it's crumbly, and it's got these nice little pieces of butter in there. And make sure you don't overmix because you don't want this to get tough. I think mine looks really good. So now it's time to take it out of the food processor. And we're going to put it down on the board with a little bit of flour, and we're going to mix it up a little bit by hand and make sure we get it all incorporated, all that butter's mixed in. There we go. Ah, perfect. This looks great. Okay, and some of my butter is still in there, but that's okay. It's going to get mixed in. And all we do is just bring it together by hand. And if it's a little crumbly, don't worry about that. It's going to be fine. It's all going to come together. And all you do is just keep doing this until you have this. Now, we are totally ready to go into the refrigerator. Just press it down, make it a little bit flatter, in a nice round shape, or whatever shape you can manage to get it in. It really doesn't matter, I don't think. Get a piece of plastic wrap, wrap it up, and put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. You can also do this a couple of days ahead of time. That's not a problem. Or even the night before. That would not be a problem either. Have it waiting for you, and why not do that? Okay. So, wrap it up and into the refrigerator. You can also make this dough ahead of time and keep it in the freezer for up to a month. And this recipe is enough for a top crust for pie and for a bottom crust. So 2½ cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar. I like to use powdered because I think it mixes in better. 6 to 8 tablespoons of ice water and 2 sticks of unsalted butter. That's all there is to it. Your dough is ready. Have fun making stuff with this dough. It's so worth it, so make it. See you next time. Bye.